Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, there we go. All right. Hi, I'm Robby Bobby Miller, and this is The List. And I have my first guest, only guest ever, the best, the Sean Capri. How you doing, sir?
What's up, man? How you doing? We're doing it.
I,
Yes.
I'm
The
telling you,
list.
finally, yes. Several hundred lists later, it's finally happening. I have so many notes and so many notebooks from trying to start this and thinking about this and never actually doing it. So I'm glad that we finally set a time. I know that I had put it off with you at least 9 times that I recall. That I was like, hey, you should be a guest. Let's do this. And then I flake out.
I'm like
So here we
Monday,
are.
7 o'clock. We're
I
doing
know.
it,
I was
man.
like, I said, this time I'm going to do it. I was like, there's
Yep.
no reason not to. It's fun. It's who doesn't like lists?
Mm-hmm.
I love making lists. I made a list for the show, and I even have a cool little fun game later. I'll call it the
Oh.
Final Five. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Oh snap. Okay. I don't even know what I'm
Yes,
getting
yes,
myself into here, man. This is
yeah.
awesome.
I know. That's gonna be fun. I'm
I
excited.
couldn't listen to the other episode, like I couldn't listen to what you done with anybody else. This is it. This is the first time we're gonna
This is it. This is the groundwork. We're laying it out. Hopefully, this will continue after this. Uh,
That's the goal. Yeah.
yeah, that's always the goal. We'll see how it goes. But basically, like the whole premise of this show that I wanted to do was just the pure joy of making lists. Whether you
Yes.
list or not, it's just the joy of making a list. Like my kids, like you were talking earlier, is my kids wrote a list for my wife, like to for school. They were like, I want to come home from school, I want to do this, I want to play that, and then I want to go to bed. It's like I
Mm-hmm.
love that they have that. It's like something you could look forward to. It doesn't matter what it is or how small it is. It's just fun making lists, and it doesn't
Such
matter how
a
you
good
do
way
it.
to put it. Yeah, like it's something you can look forward to. Like what else is there in life, man? Like there's like we got things we get to do and you do this and then you do this. If it's a to-do list or if it's your top 10
Yep.
list, like whatever it is, lists are I'm with you, man. I think I have the world's most like expensive notepad. I use my iPad mini almost exclusively to like write jot down notes and lists. Like why don't I just use paper? I don't really know. I don't know how many pads of paper I need to use up for this option to be environmentally friendly. Like they had to dig up precious metals and whatnot for this thing. So,
But
aside,
they're probably easier to save. Like this
yes,
paper, if it gets wet at all, it's gone
that's
forever.
true.
Because
That's true.
I had that. We lost in 2009. Our apartment burnt down, and we
All
lost
right.
literally everything
Right.
we had in our apartment. So it's like I know what it's like to lose all your lists and keepsakes and stuff like
That's no
that.
good. Well, now Tim
Yeah,
Cook can just see all the lists that I'm writing. They all get uploaded to Apple's computers, and then he can check out all the weird stuff I'm writing down.
that's the way to go. Yes, and I know that I want to say that I originally started making lists because I was diagnosed way back in the day for ADHD, and it
Yeah.
was a coping mechanism for me to get through a daily day of activity.
Yeah.
And then instead of making it a boring thing like, hey, do your chores, make your bed, that kind of list, I turned it into fun things like, hey, I'm going to play with the 4 new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles I got. And then I put
Yeah.
that in. And then the rec games, I started writing down my schedule and I started writing down like goals I scored and everything. It's like and then going to baseball games, doing stats.
Oh,
It's
snap.
things like that. Yeah, I loved it. And that was when
Like old
the
school
old
fantasy kind of thing?
it was the old school. We would go to the old games at Memorial Stadium for Orioles. I would go with my stepdad, and then we would go and keep score, and then chalk up who went to first, second, doubles, home runs, everything. We did the whole score line every game, and it was fun. We were dirt poor, so we sat on like the roof of Memorial Stadium, and that was
On
about
the
the
roof.
funnest thing you could do up there was keep score because you could
Hell
not
yeah.
see anything that was happening.
Hmm.
So it's just like that. I always just have had a thing for making lists.
I love
How
it,
about
man.
you?
Yeah, no, I'm right with you. The first time you mentioned this to me, I think it was on We the Gamercast once upon a time, and it's like, yeah, heck yes, man. Like top 10 lists, like whatever it is, your favorite. For me, I think the first thing that comes to mind with lists is that sort of like top 10. And if I'm like tracing the roots of it, it's like it's David Letterman top 10 every single night. They had like a
Yes.
top 10 list,
Yep.
and I always thought like they weren't ever really all that great,
No.
you know. But it was just that thing. It was just this countdown, or like Rick Lee's top 40. You know, just
Yes.
music top, and what's number one this week. Like that was definitely a thing. Billboard charts and things like that. But I don't keep. I'm an old man now, Robby Bobby Miller. I'm not hip to whatever the top 40 is these days. But apparently, the Barbie soundtrack is the hotness.
I heard it's pretty good. It keeps popping up on my my Amazon Music a lot.
See, there you go, man.
Yeah, and what's weird is it seems like it used to be they used to separate the music from explicit and non-explicit. Because I hear my kids sometimes saying some things from the songs, and I'm just like, hold up, that's not the version I heard.
Yeah, like, no, it cuts out the swear words, but all the other stuff, like it's all in there, man.
Exactly. It's yep. No taking that back.
Yeah, no, my just the other night, I was hanging out with my family, and my son goes like, let's just do an activity. Let's talk about our favorite cookies. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, we are gonna make a list. He's got his top. He learned about his first top 5. He learned about honorable mentions. He started like making up his own cookies and everything. And so then I started thinking of you. And I told him, like, what if we were to do like a book of lists? And he's like, I think this is an amazing idea. So every like split of pages will be like on the left side, it'll be Lincoln's list. And on the right side, it'll be my list. And so we'll do like, these are the lists. I have a list of the lists that we're going to do. This is me writing these down yesterday or Saturday, I guess. We're going to do our favorite movies, our favorite games, our favorite meals, music or songs, snacks. We already did cookies. We're going to do our favorite colors. We're going to do our favorite planets. Lincoln's like, we could do our favorite objects. I'm like, I'm not sure what that means, but yeah, we'll do our top 10 favorite objects, man. Favorite nouns.
Oh my gosh.
So we're doing it, man.
It's not something I ever thought about, but I think I could do that. That would be
You
fun.
totally could do that.
Favorite objects, yes.
Objects. Just like, I don't know.
Trapezoid just comes to
geometric shapes, dude. Do your top 10 geometric shapes.
I'm all for it. Yes.
top 10 things you can buy at IKEA. You know what I mean? Like, do it by store.
Yep. Oh my god, that would be fantastic. Top 10 stores.
Top 10. Oh, dude, like you have such a great pathway for this, because like I don't imagine you were thinking this is like just video games. Like you're thinking like all lists. Like you could do like top 10 over baseball logos, you know?
Yes. Oh yes. Oh man, there's some good ones. That's why I like playing MLB The Show. I literally would take screenshots of the old jerseys, and people were like, you don't even like that team. Why would you get that jersey? It's because the old logos and everything. It's like those are things you're going to remember. And I keep a list of all of them. And then last year I changed my uniform and hit a dinger with every single one of those uniforms.
Yeah.
And
that's
I just
sweet.
Had a blast.
See, you got your own list you're checking off. Like I'm wearing a Yankees hat. I don't even watch baseball, dude. I just like the hat. Like,
yeah, it's the most popular hat. I had a Yankees hat once, and I remember when I was younger, my stepdad bought it for me, and it flew out the window when we were driving down to the beach.
Oh, snap.
And that was the last time I ever got a Yankees hat.
Damn.
I think it was a sign someone was taking it off.
Yeah, just take it away. Yeah.
They were like, no, get that out of here. Can't do that.
I'll bring you a Blue Jays hat next time I see you.
Oh, there you go. Yes. Yep. That would be awesome.
Yeah, man.
And
I think this idea is amazing, man. Like you could go on forever and ever, like amen, you know?
Exactly. And you know what's funny is even doing this, like the tags and everything for it. I was literally about to make a list about the tags that I got to pick for this, because it was like leisure hobbies, leisure games. And I was sure.
That's right.
And I was like, leisure, anything that I wanted to put in there. And I'm like, I could do this all day. And I was like, but Sean's coming at 7, so I got to stop picking tags. But it's just so, I don't know. It's just one of those nonsensical things that like, I think lists are probably the dumbest thing that people do, but so fun.
Yeah. Oh, it's the best. Man. It's the best because everybody kind of tackles it a little bit differently too.
I say, yeah.
Everybody kind of like, you know, when you talk about games, it's like, is it the best games or my favorite games or whatever? Like those can be two different things as well. So it's the conversation that comes out of it. Like I could read you Lincoln's list of cookies, but it's not nearly as interesting as like what we talk, like why he chose ginger snaps as his first one or Oreo as his second one. You know,
isn't that funny how kids' brains work? It's like nothing that they probably ever had. We've let our kids do that before, where they're like, see a food and they're like, "Oh, I want the Italian meatballs that are made from veal," and you're just like, "You sure?" And they're like, "Oh no, I had it before," and I'm like, "No, you're 7, but sure." Let's give
whatever
it a
you
whirl.
say, man. Mm-hmm.
But ginger snap, that's cool. What else is on the list?
Oh, on his he had a
I'm
top
interested
5.
now.
He had a top 5. Okay, I'll give you the top 5 favorite cookies. Number 1 was ginger snaps. Number 2, he just said Oreo, which you and I both know
That's
you could do a top 10 of Oreo.
Of just
types.
Oreos, yeah.
Just Oreos.
And Greg Miller, he could do that.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, dude, if I got a YouTube channel for you. Number 3 was vanilla Girl Guide cookies. I imagine they're the same Canada and US. Then the 4th one, this I do not agree with at all. I don't know if he's going to come up behind me or anything. Like Discover, I'm like slamming his list. But it's the Dunkaroo cookies. Like
oh my gosh, I almost bought them from Amazon. Yes, the Dunkaroos.
Oh my gosh, dude, they taste like icing. Chemicals.
That's what I said the last time I had them. The icing tastes like not real icing. Like
there's something wrong with
plaster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I think they melted some plastic. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the 5th one is mint Girl Guide cookies. So I thought it was interesting that he split out the Girl Guide cookies and then kept the Oreos, just high level
just
Oreo.
General.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was his.
Go for any kind of
that was his top 5. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, and it's so funny because my kids now have today alone because they knew I was doing this all day because I was panicking about it all day yesterday. And then they knew I was doing it today, and they were like, "Can we do a list? Can we do a list?"
Dude,
like, yeah, sure. Yes. I'll have you on the show, and you guys can create your own lists, like the kids' list.
Man. It's so fun, and there's so many different ways that you could do this as well. Like when I don't remember what birthday it was for me. I had a birthday as an adult. Like this is not like a child thing. Like this is like a couple of years ago tops, and. My parents are like, "What do you want to do?" Like we always kind of get together. My brothers and my sister, we all kind of do this thing. And I'm like, I love lists. I want to do a top. Can't remember if it was top 10 or top 20. Must have been 10. Like favorite Pixar games. And we did this like activity where you could. I'm sorry, Pixar movies. We did this thing where you could put up your favorite in its spot, or you could switch it with something else. So we kind of like had this list that we all had the ability to change, and it was a complete ripoff. I don't know if you ever listened to like Nintendo Voice Chat. Per Schneider used to do this all the time. They used to do it on IGN's list. They used to do this style of this list that was up there, but everybody kind of got a turn to do something to it. They could introduce something new to the list and everything would bump down, or they could swap items there. It's super fun, but like, dude, you can turn this into a game show kind of thing. Like we could do it in Extra Life, just there's so many options for you.
Exactly. And that's my thing is I never knew, like, I think that was my biggest problem with not doing this is because I didn't know
where to start,
what I was going to do. Exactly. Yeah. Because everything always falls back on video games.
Sure.
And I didn't want it to be just about video games because I mean, yes, I could talk about video games all day, every day. But I didn't want it to be about lists just about games.
Yeah.
Because there's so many other cool, crazy lists that people can come up and do. Like, speaking of video games, like the Warframe, I have 6,000 DALI logins, and I have over 3,500 times that I wrote down what I got from those DALI logins in an Excel sheet just to see if it was worth it doing it over time. And then I started to realize that there was a pattern to the stuff that they were getting. It was just, it turned into this whole, it was so neat. It was so wild to see, like, every 7th day you got like credits, kind of like V-Bucks. It's like every 7th day you got that, and every 6th day you got to pick between 3 items. And then it was like every 3rd day they gave you 50% off in the marketplace or 25% off to randomly do that. Yeah. Oh, it was great. And then
you're like reverse engineering the thing. You're seeing the Matrix.
It was one of those things you're like up all night researching for no reason. And I'm like, I'm going to figure this out, man.
I love it.
I'm going to figure out what I'm going to get every single day.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man. Well, it's so natural for you. Like, some people don't know what to do a podcast about. It's like, well, what else would you make a podcast about? Like, this is it, man. This is you. It's
almost like there's everything out there already. And I don't think that there's anything like this. Not that I know what it is yet. Yeah. But it's just, it's nice to, like you said, talk to people. And even just talking about lists just brings out a different perspective for what people are making lists for.
I'm telling you, man, like we threw it out earlier. Like I'll jump back on for the top 10 things you can get at IKEA. Like just whatever. Like, do you like the Billy case? Do you like I don't know. Like all this
I can name all 10 of them that I have in this room right now.
I don't even remember what the heck this one is called.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't want to. I was going to
7.
jump on the
I got
website, but like I
7.
don't want to ruin it. I want to. I don't want to take that show away.
I know.
Like that's the
Well,
thing.
you just got to say some random names like the floor.
That's true. Yep.
Like,
Yep.
it's probably a couch.
It's like a
I don't
toilet
know. It
paper roll
exists.
holder.
Exactly. Old dust mop.
Yeah,
That you
exactly.
get from the kids section.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I did have one list that I came up with, and maybe you could get a top 5 here.
Yes.
I did the best pens, like writing utensil pens.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know how many I have to offer. I think I might be a little, I don't know.
Well, I thought about it when I was writing them. It probably could have been a top 3.
Mm-hmm.
But
I definitely have one in mind. I definitely have one in mind. I'm holding it right now. Do you want to know? I don't want to interrupt you. Yeah, this pilot, the Pilot G2.
That is number 4 on my list.
Heck yes.
That is one of the best ones. My number 1 is this new one that I got. It's a Sharpie. It's a Sharpie roller.
Ooh.
And it's like the gel pen. It's got a fine tip, and it is beautiful. Like, it writes like gorgeous.
Oh, that's great. I love it. Well, I've been writing with my stupid Apple Pencil for way too much. Like, I guess technically by default, this is, or default, if you like.
That is a pencil? I never used the Samsung one I bought.
Yeah. I mean, this costs enough. I'm just trying to get my money's worth here at this point. Like, it's so stupid expensive. But the other thing too about this, and not that this is exactly what you're talking about, but I can't be quiet with this thing. I can't like quietly take notes because it's on a screen, right? So you can hear it kind of like tapping the whole time. So that's a little bit tricky. But you might have me going back to my old paper and pen.
It just feels good. I think that I think I remember things more because I'm writing them down, because I do a lot all day long with Excel sheets, QuickBooks, everything else like I do all day for work. But when I write everything down that I do, like I literally at work write everything I've done all day long down on a list. Like every piece that I've repaired for radios, like I went back to work. That's what I'm doing now. I'm now an electrical engineer. So it's like every single piece, component, everything I'm writing down. And then I write down what I did, each radio we're fixing. And it's like, it's just become so fluid.
Yeah.
And I remember everything, like part numbers to things that people are I don't know any of that. They're like, how did you remember that? It's because I write it down. It's just so easy to remember.
I'm the same way, man. Down. Yeah, definitely the same. I remember when I used to sell home theater equipment at Canadian Best Buy. It was called Future Shop back then. And I remember thinking, like, how am I ever going to remember these TV models or the DVD or the Blu-ray models? Like they'd be like these random like BD 300X-S or whatever. And like I eventually did. And you're right. It is, we wrote everything down, like for the customer or like people like coming in and asking questions, and we'd be writing stuff down all the time. And that's what committed it to memory, and just that constant exposure to it for sure.
Exactly. And then, okay, so I have, did you make a list for your top 10?
I don't have any pen.
I know
don't
you
use
probably
pens.
don't.
Yeah, like this is it. I have one. One of one, I think, is this one. But you might remind me of ones that I might be missing. But I have no other pens. I have
just a 5. And it's, the number 1 is the Sharpie roller, the one that I showed you.
Yep.
This little feller, if it ever fixes itself.
I love that.
No?
I'm going to have to get that. I'm actually write this down.
The one that I remember using all through high school, and I used to get yelled at horribly from my teachers because they would bleed as you write.
Yes.
Is the Uniball gel pen.
Yeah, no, I don't like that one. I used to like it, but you're right.
You can see the liquid inside. Yes, it just, you smeared it all over your hands all the time.
Yep.
And then my number 3 is just a general Bic pen. It's just, you can find them everywhere, and someone's always giving you one. Number 4 was the Pilot G2. That was like my all-time favorite pen in college.
Yes.
It's just so fluid.
And then you small also knew when it was too. Like I like that it's kind of, it's not as long as a normal pen, like a full-size pen. I feel like my Apple Pencil is the same, like kind of the standard size. And so like it's kind of mini, like it's easier to take around. Like I would bring it with me when I travel. Like this is kind of my go-to on that front. But I feel like there is another one that's out there that's really, really good.
Yeah, the last one that I had is the Sharpie, just the fine tip Sharpie pen, like the old school Sharpie black.
I want an Amazon.
Like it's just
I'm gonna
and
type
it
this
smells
into
so great.
Amazon, and I'm gonna start getting stationary recommendations for the next week,
Oh my
and I'm not
gosh,
mad about it,
yes,
man.
your algorithm that
Yeah, I'm
you're
good with that. Like, there's something.
oh
Sometimes we'll
yeah.
just go down the aisle in Costco, like the Sharpie kind of, or the stationary aisle, like just to check out like the paper that they have and
Oh
the
yeah.
markers and everything else. Like, yes,
Yes.
Sharpie fine point here. There's ultra fine point as
Yeah, is that
well.
the one that's like a gray with a black tip?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the Sharpie
I'm
look.
describing it, getting excited. It's stare down.
Hell yeah, no, this is
Yeah.
sweet, man. Yeah, no, like I feel like people have a preference of pen and they don't even realize it. You know.
Yes. Yeah, they really do.
Mm-hmm.
They really do. My wife, she likes writing with a red pen, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
It's like 'cause every time I see a red pen, it reminds me all the times my teachers would yell at me,
I
and
hear
they
that
would
from
write on there
people.
with the red pen for like correcting.
I heard that teachers now, like, they don't want to do that anymore. They don't want to be using red pen because it's like
No, the school system
traumatic.
is so weird now. They're like a B average now is like I think it's like 85, 90 is a B now.
Oh
Like
wow.
and then C is like it's like an 80 something. Like the point
Mm-hmm.
that's the dumbest system that they have now created in America that just makes no sense to me. It's like we could have just left it A B C D
Yeah.
E or repeat
F.
this class next year.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they don't
Better
want to
luck
do that.
next year.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the
Mm-hmm.
creative they need to have. But I do. Let me see here. I had other notes. Of course, I already forgot them, and I
All good.
smeared half of my notes on the back because I'm sweating. That's even more hysterical. It's got like a
Dude, it's
whole
gotta be so
sweat
hot there.
smear.
Oh, see,
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
using that inky pen. You gotta
I
take it
know.
easy
I
with that
just
inky
realized
pen.
that. Well, it's
Mm-hmm.
funny. Every day I come home from work and I have these dots all over my hand, and I can never
Yeah.
figure out what it is. And it's where my pen just rolls into my arm all day.
Oh
And
my
I'm like, man,
gosh.
what is raining
See?
on me all day?
These Pilot G2s, they're not the most expensive pen. They kind of they got the little clickies, so they retract and everything. Like
Simple
this is
clicks.
good stuff. Yes, yes. Was that a GoldenEye reference?
Yeah. Just a little. Just a little.
Yes.
But I could show you some of the notebooks that I bought since we had talked about that earlier
Yes.
for writing things. I do have this new composition book. Do you have like a favorite thing? Well, I know you don't write in that much anymore, but
Oh
did you have
man.
like a favorite thing to write in,
I have
like a
these.
composition book?
Let's see. They're all back here, man. There's for a while I was going through a bunch of again, Costco is my stationery store. So there's these
Oh, that's yeah, I love
they're
Costco.
just Pantone. They're kind of like mini
Oh,
notebooks. Like they're not
nice.
really all that. They're definitely not full size. So this is, I think, my preference, and this is maybe why I have my iPad Mini, because I don't want a
About the
huge
same
thing. I don't want to
size.
like kind of take up
No,
my
that
whole
big
lap. I
old
want to be able to hold it
yeah.
in one hand and write in the other hand if I need to do that. If I'm on the go or if I like want to put it in my backpack or something like that. So like that's the size I think I prefer. And so yeah, I've gone through a lot of these, and I still have like all my work stuff. Here, wait a second. I've got one that says gaming on it, so I've got all these stickers and everything.
Oh,
And
that's
my kids made
nice.
me bookmarks, so these are all in here. I'm just gonna kind of like rediscover. I think this is like Yumi Capri notes. Yeah, so I would take notes for like We the Gamercast. So here's my notes for like TJ Santula. Let's see, William Key. I would do like Q3, like planning. Like I'd take notes on like things I
Oh
wanted
my
to
gosh.
do. Oh yeah, man. Like I would go nuts with this stuff. What the heck is this?
And I think that's the good part about making these lists and notebooks and stuff too, is going back and finding this old stuff later.
Oh, totally.
Like,
That's the magic about like paper. Like doing
yes,
this, what I'm doing right now on my iPad. Like I have to go in, I have to click stuff, and like that's fine. Um, but yeah, like this is crazy to go back to right now. I don't know what year this was. Oh, this is the this is the book I'm supposed to be writing right now. I've blocked out. I'm so glad I found this. Holy cow! Like I've already like
hey, there you
written the
go.
book. It's all here. So I've
We've
got
had a
all these
breakthrough.
like the years, like part 1, 2014 to 2015. So talking about like the influences of getting into podcasting, Kevin Smith, Victor Lucas, Podcast Beyond, Kind of Funny, Mark Maron, all that other stuff. Like it's
Fat Man
all
Kevin Smith?
here. What's
Fat
that?
Man with Batman?
Hell
Is that the
yeah.
Kevin Smith?
Oh yeah, definitely,
Oh
dude.
my
Like
god, yes, I love Kevin Smith.
did he not launch like how many people into podcasting.
Oh,
Like he just told all of us to
yes.
do it, and we all thought he was talking to like me. He's like, you should start. And he's talking to like 1,000 people at Comic-Con or whatever. And he's like, you should start a podcast. I'm like, he's speaking to me. So yes, I will, Kevin Smith.
If I'm being honest, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna. I'm rambling on about what I'm finding in this notebook. I'm so glad you asked me to do this, man.
I know. I like this. What was the book you're supposed to be writing?
Like for podcasting, like how I got into podcasting. So like
a how-to.
Part 1 was talk about who influenced me, and then the first steps and all that, like writing for 16bitkings.com and WeTheNerdy.com, and then starting We the Gamercast and all this other stuff. Like it's all here, man. This is awesome.
Oh man, that's amazing.
I've got a list of games here that it says S and C, and I'm trying to remember who the heck C would have been. Like if maybe this is Court. I don't know if this would be Court all the way back then.
Was Court around at the end of Yumi?
Yeah, I don't know if this is older than that, but it's like by month, like games that are coming out. Like July, this is like whenever Klonoa was coming out, Hot Wheels, Live Alive. I'm trying to read my old writing. Xenoblade 3. I've got like check marks and X's next to the games I'm gonna play or like not play. Like,
oh my god,
just a whole rundown of this, dude. Like I'm telling you, I'm so glid you asked me to be part of this show because this is who I am. You know, like I'm not just making it up. Okay, like this is, this is like hard evidence. I literally had to blow the dust off of this.
The dust off the cover. There you go. It's like Uncharted 5. That's where we're starting here.
Yes. Oh man. So I've got like the little ribbon bookmark kind of thing. I'm gonna put that. I actually think I need to scan this. That's what I think we're gonna do. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what my wife does. We have so many. We have boxes now filled of the kids' art that we now scan, and it's like I can't remember half of these things. We have to make a list and write down like all the kids' art.
Just rank the best. Yep.
Oh my god. Oh man. Or
just
get a
judge
tattoo.
Them. Oh
like
man.
That would be great. I've been wanting to get a tattoo so bad.
So I still have stuff in the. I got it. I think I need to use this. I think you're gonna break me out of my iPad usage. I got like Amazon Basics stuff in here.
Ooh, yeah.
What are these? These are probably the biggest ones. These are just personal notebooks. These must be from Costco.
Like journals.
But they've got like a great texture to them. You know, and they're pretty big.
See, I love stuff like that.
Off-white lined paper. This is good stuff. Yeah. So there you go.
I like that. Those are pretty neat.
Yeah,
I like those.
But then I can
wish I get sponsored by Costco. That'd be great.
Hell yeah! Oh, dude, I'll tell you, like McDonald's and Costco, like that's me.
Oh my god, I know. My wife, we got the executive membership, so we can get the checks back.
Yep, same thing.
And she, oh my gosh, every we just got one. We got $150 back, and then now I know that I gotta sign up quickly because speaking of lists, I have a list of refrigerators that we need to buy. I kept buying mini refrigerators because our refrigerator broke, and our refrigerator had to be delivered via a crane through the back door.
Come on.
So we for the past 8 months have not had a full-size refrigerator.
It's going to be life-changing for you guys.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
No kidding.
And it's like we've been waiting, like counting down to Labor Day. It's like I'm looking at all these models and can't wait for everybody to put the prices out because I'm getting a fridge, man.
Yeah,
like that. It's far too long.
Look at us, grown adults, just super excited about refrigerators.
I never would have thought the day of my life growing up that I'd be sitting here doing a podcast talking about buying a refrigerator.
You know what?
Never.
Yeah, but back in the day, you couldn't get refrigerators that are as good as they are now, man. You got these gigantic doors.
The ones you knock on and it tells you what you can make in your fridge from what's left over in there.
Okay, I need to get that. Oh, man. Yeah, I definitely
Isn't that crazy? That. I'm like, what? You'd have to make a list for your fridge. Maybe I got to get that.
You do grocery lists, like best ways to do, like what's on the grocery list. Like that's all. I'm telling you, this show is genius, man. Like lists are all around us.
It could go any way from now.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Speaking of notebook, I got this beautiful little leather.
That is notebook. Very. See, you take this very seriously.
It looks like. I
that's
love
very
it.
nice.
It's got little pamphlets, and it smells. Oh god, it smells so good.
Oh, that's good.
And it's
stuff.
got little notebooks. You could buy these separately. And it's just little pages. It's almost like
they kind of insert
like
in
game
there.
lines.
Oh snap! Oh yeah, I can
Yeah,
barely see them, but yeah. Oh, that's
and oh
nice.
yeah, it's beautiful. And then I got this little bad boy. This one's my favorite. This
What the heck? It's got its own
is
bag.
by Modest Goods. Yeah,
Okay.
and
Oh
it's a
my
leather
goodness.
bound book that rolls like the old
Wow.
school with the wrap. Like
Dude, that's
it,
amazing.
it's like I have so many random things in my house,
Yes.
but this thing is awesome, and it's all inside. It's almost like map paper.
Oh my god, you
Like
look like you're gonna go on an expedition with that thing.
oh my god, all the
Like
places you'll
you're gonna
see. Like
write down
yes,
something in there, and somebody's gonna like recover that in 100 years.
that that's a good idea. We should do that for
You
like
should
all
just
of our
like put a
family
fake map in there or
vacations.
something.
Just right. Oh, it smells so good. Oh,
What kind of
paper.
paper is that, man? Like it looks
It's like
thick.
it's like that handmade paper.
Yeah.
It's like the old school
Yeah, that looks like
handmade.
that looks like it was like ripped right from the tree. Like that was just like
Oh yeah,
rolled right off
and
and
they put
into
that
that.
right in my
That
book.
is so
Oh, it's
cool.
so good. Oh, it's gonna be
That
fitting
looks
so
very
nice to write
expensive.
in now. It was like $5 on Amazon.
Oh snap! Oh, there you go. You had me
Yeah.
fooled.
So if you're looking for it, it's Modest Goods. If you want to sponsor, that'd be
Nice.
great.
Yeah, there's
No,
something about just
just
writing it
saying.
down, man. It's also very.
Yeah.
I think it's very like you kind of are forced to if you're going to do that. If you're going to write something down, you're not thinking about anything else, I don't think. Like you're kind of
No.
it's a focusing technique, right? Like it kind of
Agreed.
it helps you to clear your mind and drown out the rest of the world because you're just like you're writing the thing down and you're you got to be mindful of it. You're writing words, you don't want to run off the page, and you're gonna like it's more mentally stimulating than you might first think. But the fact that you like when you think about it, you're not thinking about anything else, and that to me says that it's a little bit more engaging than you might otherwise think. People write all the time, you know.
Yes.
So
Yep.
yeah, it's
Yep. And that's another thing. I like the almost like the accomplishment of writing a word sometimes. Like
mm-hmm.
sometimes I'm like, I'm not going to Google how to spell this. I'm just going to
Yep.
figure it out.
Yep.
And then you do it, and then you Google it, and you're like, I knew I got it. Because there's some big words out there that are like, could it be this way? I'm not quite sure. Like
Sometimes
kids ask all the time.
Sometimes I'll be making a to-do list, and if I had already done something before I started writing the to-do list, I'll write it down just so that I can cross it off. Like that feels really
Yes,
good.
yes. That's what my wife does for me. She knows that I will not clean anything unless there's a list.
Gotta be on a
because
list.
my brain will not let me just be like, hey, living room's got to be tackled today. You have to get your box of Pokemon crap out of there.
Yep.
Like my brain won't be. I'll just keep walking past that Pokemon box until I'm told I gotta put that out of the way.
There's something there's something there, man. We're deeply troubled, maybe, but it's interesting. Like the task list, the chore list. Like the chore list is a thing to be accomplished. So do the thing. But if it's like the chores can still be there, they still need to be done, but they're not on a list, then the toilet will not be scrubbed.
Exactly. And just like with our kids now, we started it's almost like a point system for chores.
Nice.
And they love, like, they try to come up with their own things. Like, hey, if I walk the dog and do this, can I get this? And then they save up and then they buy their own things from Amazon or whatnot with their points. Like, it's just
it just makes sense.
Stimulate. Yeah.
It just makes sense. Yeah. What do you got there? You got.
I was going to say, I went to my favorite comic book shop, Third Eye Comics.
Nice.
In Annapolis. And I got...
Yes! Dude! Have you read it before? The Last Ronin. Have you read this yet?
I have... No. I have not. But from you... I kept hearing and thinking about it. And then when I was down in Annapolis, I'm like, I'm going to stop by. And then I'll be darned if I've known these people for years. Trish came up to me. She's one of the owners. And she was like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in years. I haven't been there since pre-COVID.
Oh,
because it's a long drive now. And I just happened to be down there. And she was like, I know you like turtles. She was like, did you read The Last Ronin? And I was like, man, let me tell you, no, but I've heard such good things.
Have you avoided spoilers at all? Like, because I think it was like game.
I want to say I've heard things. It's kind of not like the Iron Man dying. Somebody put that in one of Bobby's chats and ruined that for me.
Are you serious?
Oh, I was so mad. Yeah. And I don't even like Marvel that much, but I was kind of pissed.
That's good. Yeah, cool. That's brutal.
But this is the hard book edition.
Yeah. Do you know who that is? Like, do you know which turtle that is? You like
No,
who this is about? Okay, avoid spoilers. Like they're
no,
making
no,
a
I
game
have
about
not.
this game, and GameSpot like put it on, like they just tweeted it, like this game follows blah blah
Why
blah.
do
I'm
they
like,
do that?
what do you do? It's such a it's and like you don't have to get too
It's a
far into the book to
clickbait
find out,
thing.
but it's a moment. It's definitely a
Oh no!
moment.
Stop. Is it still going?
I can hear you. There we go. We're back.
It's weird. It like froze for a second. Okay.
All good. That's the internet for us. But yeah, avoid spoilers. Get to reading it. We will talk about it. We got we definitely need to chat about that, man.
Oh my god, that'd be great. And another thing that was recommended to me was this.
Yes, that is so good. Something is
Yeah,
killing the children.
Yes, they were like, "You got to read this." And every recommendation they've ever given me has never been a bad comic or something that they knew that I would read. And The Last Ronin, I was like, man, I remember Sean Capri talking about it forever.
Yes,
while reading it, and I was
it's
like,
really
I gotta
good.
check it out. I want to say I have the original comics. I just never read them.
From The
They're
Last Ronin.
Like like I have boxes full of all. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 large boxes and 3 small boxes of just a whole bunch of the old comics.
See, this is what's gonna happen. Like you naturally just want to like get up and grab stuff off of our shelves. Like
I know
we're grown adults. We've got some pretty cool stuff on our shelves.
This turns into.
Yes,
like I have.
Oh, dude, I just picked up the Omni. I just picked up the Omni for that. So for Batman and Ninja Turtles. Yeah, I haven't read any of this stuff. I'm about to finish Craven's Last Hunt, Amazing Spider-Man, the Epic Collection. I'm a day away from finishing that one because Craven's going to be in the next Spider-Man movie. So I'm like, I'm getting all over that. And I'm not the movie, the Spider-Man, the next video game, Spider-Man 2. On PS5.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Craven's all over that, so I'm like, I'm gotta read this thing. I'm catching up, man. So I love it, dude. We just gotta quit our jobs so we can enjoy this stuff.
That's what I keep saying all the time. I'm like, I have so much junk that I swear, if I ever die, there's going to be something in my house for everyone. Like, because I have the most random collections of everything.
I'm with you, man. Hey. Vamp for like 30 seconds. I'm going to be right. I have something I'm going to bring to you. You're coming to Extra Life, right? In November? In like 2 months from now? Are you coming? Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
I have something for you. Okay, hang on a second.
I will be there. Check this one out. I got the White Knight. But look at the back. Shadow of. Is that PS4?
Okay.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I could have grabbed the Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles book as well, but you pointed out this. Oh, snap. I should have grabbed the other thing.
Yes.
So I have this as well. The Something is Killing the Children, the first trade. So I have that.
Yes.
And then I ended up picking up volume 2 and for some reason volume 4. But then I haven't read any of this. And I like just the look of it so much. I ended up buying the hardcover, the deluxe edition, which collects all of this stuff. So when I see you in November, I'll give you these trades because I'm not gonna you can have these two. So you can add these two to your collection. Then you just need volume 3, and then you've got 1 through 4 anyways. So these are yours. I will bring this to you.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
Miguel Muerto. Oh, that's sweet.
I literally have a box next to me because I knew I was going to do this random thing where I'm just going to grab things that I have because my thing is I never have anyone to share these things with. Like,
that's why you start a podcast, dude.
I buy all these things, yeah,
and that's why you do that.
Share anything with anyone. Like I bought some of the dumbest things in the world. I bought Pokemon erasers.
Where do you even get that from?
Pokemon erasers from the Pokemon
come with cards.
Center. Yeah, they got cards too. Yeah, I guess they have cards too.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
Look at this. Yeah, exactly. Look at that little chunk.
Oh, that is amazing.
Like, I was like, I have to.
I love it.
But it's I have such random stuff everywhere, all over the place, that I could show you stuff all day long. Like, I know this little feller.
Yeah, I got the. Oh no, that's just an actual straight up Game Boy Color, or is that?
Yeah, that's the see-through Game Boy Color. The purple.
I don't have one of those. Yeah, I had
had
the old brick, man. I never had a color. I had an SP.
I tried to give it to JB when he couldn't find one.
Why didn't he? Doesn't want it, or how come you?
No, he was buying one, but apparently the seller wouldn't get back to him. So I was like, dude, I'm not using it. I have this stuff back here. I'd give away in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
I don't use it.
that feels
I just
good
like
too.
having things.
Right, like yeah, and some comics is an interesting one because I'll read a trade and it collects like the first whatever one to 4 or 5 kind of issues, and then I'm like,
Yep.
I really like this and I want the hardcover, which collects quite a bit more. So I end up with, I have this with Spawn. I have a bunch of Spawn trades that I now have the deluxe edition, those gigantic slipcover ones, which are
The big.
gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
So I have all these trades that I don't need. I've got these trades that I don't like for something is healing the children. I think Jason Lacey was the one who got me onto this one. Actually, I think he did.
Oh okay.
He was talking about this on Fluxopposed a while back. So there's that. There's a bunch like Lazarus. There's a bunch of stuff that I've got that I first started with a trade and then went up to some sort of collected edition of some sort. So I've got a bunch. Like I could do a list of like my best leftover comics.
The comics, yeah. Do you finish a lot of the collections or no?
No.
Like series? Yeah, me neither.
I'm at like 3% completion rate. Like if that, dude. Like everything that's on my shelf,
Agreed.
I've just been because I got I have almost every IDW collection, the Ninja Turtles comics, and they're up to like volume like 17.
Yeah.
No, the new ones. The I also my dad
okay.
had like a run of the old ones. And there's some like reprint, but it's still kind of indie and like printed in like 1987 or 1988 or something like that he gave to me. Dude, give me this freaking Psyduck.
Let me tell you about the random things I purchased. I got this puppet. There's 3 of them. I've done this and scared my children 700 times.
Oh my gosh, I need that.
The steps. I even say, a wild Pokemon appears.
Yes.
And then I just bring it out. It's again, some of the dumbest things that I purchase.
We were just watching Pokemon yesterday. We were just watching with the kids yesterday, and Psyduck was right up there, man. They had this fake breeding center, and they tricked everybody to bring it in their Pokemon. So what's her face brings in her Psyduck, and then they go to a restaurant. They're like, "Oh, you can eat for free if you show me my favorite Pokemon." And what's his favorite Pokemon?
Oh
Psyduck,
my gosh.
which she doesn't have anymore because she gave it to this fake breeding thing. It's just, dude, the world is crazy. The universe is crazy. The fact that you just brought up like this Psyduck, and I just watched an episode. It could have been anything, and Psyduck was right there.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
It's a small world.
Top 10.
It's a small world.
Pokemon. Like, dude, like talk about like not even just Pokemon, but Pokemon things. Like the video game, the show, the trading cards, whatever. Like take your pick, like, oh, I love this.
Oh God, yeah.
What a good idea.
You know what's funny about Pokemon cards? I always think that like the knockoff Japanese cards that are on like Amazon and eBay, I think some of those are like way nicer than actual Pokemon cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like they're the colors, the wild stuff they get to do. I feel like Pokemon needs a reset. I think they need to.
I don't even know where to jump in with it because like that could be trouble for me, to collect them. There's just so many different, and I guess the same could be said about comics. And I struggled for a long time to even know where to jump in. And it's it's no different than anybody else. Like find an artist you like and start there, and then things kind of naturally progress as you go along. And all I've wanted to do is just check off: do I have, if it's a part of a collection, do I have all of the things?
Yes.
That's all it is. Yep. I haven't read, I don't think, a single page of those Turtles books. And I have like 15 books, like full on deluxe edition. Just, I haven't read a single page, dude. Kind of dumb.
I get like that with the video games now. I feel like I am so bad now that I see a video game on sale. Yeah. And I'm just like, it's $15.
Oh, dude, tell me about it.
Again.
Let's
right
jump
here,
on
right
the
eShop.
eShop.
I'm going to, and then I'll be darned if I buy it. It's downloading, and then I just move on, and I forget I bought that thing.
You already had your enjoyment out of it.
Like, thanks for your PlayStation purchase.
Pretty much.
Then I'm like,
maybe it's the thing. Maybe you and I are similar on this front. Maybe it's because like if we write it on a list, usually that means we're going to get the thing done. And if we sort of like purchase something, like we add it to almost like our collection, our list of things that we have, then like maybe in our heads, I'll speak for me. Like for me, I feel like that's me saying, yeah, I'm committing to this. I'll get to it. But I don't really, I should know better than that. But like definitely, especially on like something like Steam, where it literally is a list of games, like I'll get to it. But don't. I've
Oh,
played like 5 hours of Baldur's Gate, dude. Like I have not gotten to that game.
I've heard such good things. Like I hate this because this is what happens. I get so excited for these games, like Elden Ring. I was
Mm-hmm.
all over it. I'm like, I'm gonna play it, even though this is not my kind of game at
Yep.
all. I even bought a strategy guide for it.
Did you really?
Oh, I got that nice one, that big thick one, where it's like volume
Oh,
one and volume two.
no
Oh, it's
way. Oh,
gorgeous.
I bet
Oh,
you
I
can't even buy
wish
those
I knew more
anymore.
now.
See, I want more of those. I can't believe that's not a thing. I know videos are all the like that's what people
Oh, I
watch
hate.
for
Yep.
strategy guides, but like, man, I'd buy a beautiful Baldur's Gate one. Like I was just even thinking about printing off whatever IGN has. Like I'll just print off their wiki just to have something
Yes.
to read, and to flip through and to
Yep.
like write notes on, especially if it's my own paper. Like I'll jot notes all over that kind of stuff and everything.
Exactly. Yeah, I tell you what, that's something that I used to do a lot with lists was trophy hunting. Is I would use the strategy guides because they would tell you where the trophies were and how to get things and like collectibles and stuff. And I would use that as a list of like, hey, I still got to get these other 5 trophies. I'm not trying to play this game 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
Like I will get this and beat it. And that's another thing I did hugely with lists. Just
Why are there
trying
two
to
parts to this Elden Ring strategy guide?
the
There's two
book.
parts?
That's what I said. Yes, they're
What the heck?
huge.
They are huge. This is gorgeous. I could buy it right now, $45. The Books
Man.
of the
Oh yeah.
Lands Between Elden Ring, Books of Knowledge, Volume 1. This is in stock. I could actually, you know what? And it's 28% off. Your boy's adding this to the cart, dude. We're going.
Oh my! It's so funny because I just got asked about that. There, she was like, my wife was like, "What is this thing?" And I'm like, "It's just a pre-order." She's like, "Why are you pre-ordered? You're not going to play it or use it." And I'm like, "I don't know. One day I might
Oh
play
man,
Elden Ring."
maybe that's exactly maybe that's what I've been missing.
Yeah, I love some like Warframe. They just had their TennoCon, and they have this gorgeous book. It's like this big of like the art of Warframe, but it's like this thick. But it was this big, like the girl could barely carry it,
Oh
and it
my
sold out in
gosh.
seconds. Like their website was down, and I wanted that so bad. I can't even imagine what it's going for secondhand on eBay. Oh look, I got this too. My vinyl record.
Oh, that's a vinyl, dude. That's sick. Is that for the original
Oh
movie?
yeah.
What's the soundtrack for?
Oh
Or
yeah.
is
This is from the original movie. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
original
Yeah, it's
motion picture
the artwork
soundtrack.
from the original comics on that. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's another collection I started and never finished. Is vinyl records.
Okay, this
I
volume
got this
2
one at
seems harder
PAX.
to come by. Is that Uncharted? Oh my god. Dude, vinyl's coming back. Speaking of collecting,
It's
vinyl
come
is
back so
huge.
hard. Like
Yeah, man.
that's the Third Eye Comics. I was just talking to Steve. He's the owner, and he said that they're opening up in between Third Eye Comics, which is like the huge comic book store, and on the other end is games where any board game thing you ever want in your life, it's wall to wall games in there, cards, Warhammer. Like they have every freaking thing. And now in the middle, he bought the middle building, and he's going to do nothing but vinyl records because they're just so popular and everywhere. It's just
Oh,
they're amazing.
I'm so mad at you for telling me about this Elden Ring strategy guide, dude. I haven't been thinking about Elden Ring like at all. But this is it actually reminds me of The Last Ronin, which you just picked up. That has got to be the most reasonably priced, excellent hardcover like out there.
Oh yes,
Was it like
I
30
agree.
bucks? Like 35 bucks
Yeah,
or
if
something?
that.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, like that is you're going to love it, dude. And it lends itself to a video game so damn well. It's going to be
Yes.
amazing. Yes.
I know. I heard that. I heard you. I think it was Court was talking about it. That
Mhm.
the new turtle game, the
Yeah.
Ronin. Yeah,
Yeah, it's going to
that's
be
going to
good.
be good.
Yeah.
Dang.
We got
Oh man,
the
there's so many things in my room. I'm like itching to grab now.
that could be the whole thing, dude. Like I'm telling you.
I'm telling you that's going to be my next podcast. Of like, what's in my closet? Oh my god, my
Well,
closet.
so do you think that that's where you're going with this? Like do you think you'll end up like an episode is like are you going to hone it down into like into a topic? Is that kind of what you're thinking like or a number
I
of topics? Like
it
what do
depends.
you want to do?
I think what I really needed to do was this, which I appreciate and thank you so much for doing
Yeah,
this.
man.
Is I needed to do a general first thing just to see how it is, get out the jitters and like because Bobby
Yeah.
for years was telling me to do
Yes.
it. Like for years, he would send me all this stuff and like just do this, do that, and I'm just like, no, I'm never gonna do it. I'm too
Mhm.
shy, or or I don't have time. But now
Dude, you're a
I
natural
have
for this,
plenty of
man.
time.
You're a natural.
I thank you. I'm a talker. I have to say I am a
That's what I'm
talker. I
saying,
can talk
man.
to anybody
Mm-hmm.
about it. My wife, it drives my wife nuts because it's like people on the bus, people on the street, anybody.
Like
I'll
missing
just
your
strike
stop.
up a conversation. She's like, "We gotta go. We gotta get off at this stop. Like, stop talking, please." She's like, "End the conversation." Like, I'm trying. I'm trying, but I really wanted to see where this is going. But oh look, I got something else I bought. I forgot I got this right next to me here. Is I bought
Those
these little
PSP games?
fellers. Yes.
UMDs, nice. What the heck
I
is
got
that?
SOCOM.
Holy crap. I have a PSP in the other room.
It was an eBay deal. It was like four of them for like $5, and I'm like, why don't
Dude.
people want these anymore? Dude, I got
Yeah.
coated arms.
Oh, good pickups, man. Those
Coated
UMDs,
arms.
they really
And
they
then
really went
this
for
are
it there.
my favorite video game of like all time.
Oh,
Rainbow
Rainbow
Six
Six.
Vegas.
Yes. See, these
Yes.
are
And then
like
the last one
write them
is
down like the list of games we need to play at Extra Life, the perfect Extra Life games, the best LAN party games. It's not focusing for me. I can't spot it.
Siphon Filter Logan Shadow.
Dude, I didn't even know there was a siphon. I mean, of course there's a siphon filter game for PSP. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, see, I really wish PlayStation would have kept it together with all of their portable stuff. Like speaking of which, I bought the Backbone.
Oh,
I tried to
snap.
tell myself not to do it. Like I was like, don't do it, don't do it. But I could play Xbox on this. I could do anything from my phone, and it turns it into a
Mm.
controller. And I'm like, that's literally what PlayStation's bringing out.
What do you
So
think
I'm
of that
probably going to
thing?
buy it.
That Portal.
I, my thing is, you're just like me, where we have a second screen,
Yep.
and I feel like it may be killing games for me having a
Yep.
second screen.
Yep.
And it's like I don't want to sit there longer than I usually do to play an in-depth RPG or like there's a whole bunch of like I love full motion video games. Like I
Mm-hmm.
love them,
Nice.
but
Yeah.
I can't enjoy everything because there's usually so much happening. And then I got my screen where I face my screen, and then directly behind that is our big TV that we're watching, and I can never focus on both. And then I ended up
Mm-hmm.
just playing baseball or something regular.
Yeah.
It's like I never move on from that.
Nice.
But I feel like if I got the new PlayStation thing, I forgot what it's even called.
Portal.
What is that thing? Portal. Is it Portal?
Yeah, it's
Oh, that's
close to
awesome.
portable, which I think is kind of
Yeah.
clever. I actually kind of like it. I don't mind the name. I don't hate the thing. I think it reminds me like the Wii U, of which I liked. I'm actually playing on my Wii U
Yes.
right now.
I love the Wii
Right
U.
before I jumped on
That
here,
was
I
the
was
best worst purchase I've ever had. Yeah.
dude. Oh man, we have two in this house. Only one of them works anymore. But I don't hate it.
Yeah.
And our PS5 is upstairs. Like I generally stick down here. When
That's
the
another
kids,
thing. Yeah.
that's the big thing. So I actually like for me, I think the Portal, like if the remote play works, the Portal might be the way that I finally play God of War Ragnarok and some of these other games. I played the first
That's
few
what
hours
I'm
of Ragnarok,
saying.
but yeah, I think I might
Yep.
need it,
I
dude.
feel like I could sit on the couch because I have a recliner with my chair. My TV's right in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's the big TV, and then
Yep.
everybody else sits on the L-shaped couch.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Same
I
thing.
could sit on the couch again. I could be around my family
Yeah.
and play on the portable, play baseball, or play anything else that I've been itching to get back, like Ratchet and Clank.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hate to admit it, but I've never played any of the Spider-Mans on
Oh
PlayStation.
my goodness gracious!
I've started them both.
Yeah.
Never. Miles Morales started it, never finished it. Then the other Spider-Man started, never finished, because I get drawn into so many things while I'm sitting there
Mm-hmm.
because I'm just in the living room instead of going to a separate room, taking the time, sitting down, and getting into game mode.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore.
I feel
I sit
like
down, I get my daily logins, and
I gotta get it. I did install Warframe just for you. I gotta
saw
get to
that,
it.
dude. You know how excited I was.
I
Oh my
know,
god,
man.
I was pacing around
I
the
need
living
I
room.
need a Sherpa, but I've got Starfield coming out this week too, man. I've got both. Like there's just so many. There's so many things. But Warframe, dude, I have started it once upon a time, and I was shocked. Like I just thought it was like this. I don't know, just cheapo, free to play thing. Like, dude, the game's
Yep.
good. Like the game has got
It really
production
is.
to it. Yeah, I was not expecting that. You know, you just hear
I
free to
remember
play Destiny. I'm like, what? Like, what's he going on about this for?
exactly. Yeah, that's the weirdest part is it came out before Destiny,
Mm-hmm.
and then everybody was like, "Oh no, they just copied Destiny." And
Yeah,
I
I'd rather
remember in the
pay for
beginning,
it.
exactly. I played it in the beginning, and I never played a game like that before, where you had to do mods
Mm-hmm.
and like create like different builds. Like I had no patience for that. So I was
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not playing this. And then a buddy of mine, like 5 years after that, he was playing it all the time, every day. Like he
Yeah.
wasn't getting any new games. He was on Warframe every day. And I'm like, well, he's been on every day. Let me join him. And then I got to see you get to make new Warframes and you get to do relic runs where you're just like, it's like a mystery bag run where you're just running through and it's like a mystery bag and like you never know what you're going to get at the end of the game or end of the level, and that kind of stuff I just love. And I miss playing co-op games with people.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I haven't done that, and so like Diablo might have been the last time,
Yep.
and everybody fell off that quick. Like that
Isn't
game
that
was exciting,
insane, dude? Like
and then
I
it
liked
wasn't.
it.
Yeah,
Well, we could
yeah.
play Vampire Survivors, Diablo. Like we could talk about like best co-op games. Like yeah, you mentioned
Oh yes,
Rainbow Six, like Las Vegas, dude. Like all
yes.
those games are
Oh,
so
Vegas
so
was so
great.
good. You
Yeah.
could corner shoot everybody. Everybody was always crying in that game.
Corner shoot.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. I
You
love it.
corner shoot people. Stop by the helicopter. Don't let them
Mm-hmm.
down.
Yeah,
Like
man.
that was the best.
Well, you know,
Oh
you
my
mentioned
gosh.
before, like getting just getting whatever you're going to call this episode 0 just out of there. You know, classic
Yes.
Bobby Paul's move, just an episode 0, just to
Yeah.
kind of get it out there, just talk about the thing. But you're talking about before we started recording, I think like Dave Moore is classic for this stuff as well. Like, I don't think
Yes. I love
between the
Dave.
two of you and you throw Johnny Casino in there for good measure, like a gazillion
Yes.
ideas, right?
Oh yeah.
And production is just it's part of Dave's DNA, like just getting the
Yeah.
thing like that's he's such a natural at that, and I can just imagine like you guys pairing up on a thing like this, and just
I
it's gonna
know.
be amazing, dude. Like
Yeah.
so.
That would be great. Like yeah, it's so funny because it's like I have a list of people that I would like to do this with, but it's like
Hell yeah.
I've never had a chance to actually nail down the time to do it. That I
Yeah.
was actually going to do it.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
the
I was
biggest
like,
thing. Like
I got to
if
do it.
you're a list person, you're a routine person. So if it's
Yes.
Mondays, you're doing it on Monday. If it's a Sunday or whatever it is, like these are the things that this is actually to me, I think those are some of the not the hardest things, they're just the things that you really are they're the fundamentals of getting a podcast up off the ground. You know, and when you're working with people
Agreed.
who've done it forever, they understand, you know, Thursday nights, just do that because there's so much else that can get in the way. And scheduling, if you can get scheduling down, everything else will
Yeah.
be easy because you'll have muscle memory on everything else, like the editing, if you want to do any at all or none, whatever, even just throw a music bumper at the top and then toss it up on Anchor, like that stuff becomes muscle memory for sure. You can get it detailed or not detailed, especially in the beginning. It doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. You know, you can spend just an inordinate amount of time over this tiny little things, but like just get it up and get it out there, you know. So, and I don't know,
Agreed.
like I don't know if you want to have this on carpool gaming or anything. Like you let me know, dude. Like whatever we can do to help
I
you. Like
it's so funny because I I've been invited to do things like with court and other things, and
mm-hmm.
I flaked out because I've never like done something like that's why I'm glad we did this
Yeah, man.
because I've never done something solo like this. Like just trying to figure out. My thing is I always got overwhelmed with it because, like I said,
It's
I am
easy
a
to do
list
that.
person,
Yeah.
and it's like once started seeing overlays and all these other things, and then creating the whole thing like Jace had at Extra Life, like his
Yeah.
whole stream thing, and it was seeing. I was like, no, can't do it. I even turned my machine off at Extra Life. I was like, no, I'm just gonna watch Jace because I'm frustrated
Yeah.
trying to do
I
this
get it.
here.
I get it,
It's
man.
just very overwhelming.
Well, and I feel like I need to listen to myself with this kind of stuff too sometimes, but it's like, you know, especially just an audio podcast. You can
Yeah,
just start there. Like, don't worry about
just
like the YouTube is another complication. Then like, just don't even worry about it, man. So whatever you can do, like it's not, it doesn't matter like what's best, quote unquote, what's best. It's like whatever you can do consistently. That's the thing. That's the podcast. That's
that's
the,
true. Yeah.
whatever it is, like, yeah, creative or fitness wise or whatever it is, like whatever you can do consistently. That's better than not doing it at all, you
Oh,
know?
oh, God, yes, yes, completely agree.
So yeah, man, like
Completely agree.
whatever I can do to help, and if this is helpful, like whatever. But I obviously think that this is one of those ideas that I'm happy for you, but I'm really pissed at you. that I didn't have this idea. This is such a good idea. It's so ubiquitous, but you know what? It's in the best hands. Like it's best for you to be doing this because I'd be too closed-minded. You are exploratory. You are imaginative. Like you're very it's this like childish innocence to it, like exploratory and discovery based. I love that about you. So you will. I can't wait to see what you
Thank you.
do with this, man. And whatever I can do to knock down some obstacles, or if you need a little push in the back and a little Bobby esque, just
Yeah,
like what
yeah,
the
I
hell are
think
you
that
doing?
definitely was. Yeah, that's what I
Mm-hmm.
needed because Bobby yelled at me like twice. I was going to have him
Yep.
start it,
Yep.
and he got mad at me both times. I canceled. And he's like, "I know you're not doing anything. You could have did it today." And I was like, "No, no, I had something going on. I
Yeah, that
promise, I
sounds
had
about
something
right.
going on, man.
That
Like
sounds
I
right.
really did. It's
Yeah,
just that's
man.
the way it was."
Look, tomorrow's not guaranteed. That's the one thing Bobby teaches us every single day is now.
Agreed.
Do it now. Do not tomorrow, not next year, not next month, whatever. Like do it now. You have the technology. We now have Zencaster. This
Yes,
is magic, like
I know. I appreciate that. This is amazing.
there'll be bumps along
Can't
the
wait
way,
to
but
see
and
how
like
this
that's
all
the other
goes.
thing too.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
count on it. You can count on losing a recording. You can lose on
Oh,
whatever. Like some
I've
things
seen Bad
happen.
Bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen Bad Bit's posts on Twitter
Just
where
have backups. Babbitt doesn't have
he's
backups. I don't
taken.
understand why he doesn't do backups. Like
Yes,
just have a backup.
yeah,
So yeah, we'll
he's
talk
had a
about that
couple
too.
problems.
Yeah.
A
So
struggle.
it happens
Oh,
though. Like these things that I've lost a recording with I think the first one I ever lost was with Ed Placencia from Married to the Games. And it ruined me
oh
for like a
man.
week, dude. Like I was just I
Oh,
saw the
gee.
file save to my desktop and then disappear. And I was still on the call with
Ooh.
him and he's like, "Oh no, what happened?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't know what to tell you, but like that recording is gone. Like that was it." And so these are lessons
Oh
I've learned.
no.
I'm happy to pass them along, but yeah, I think things will happen. You can't let it crush you because you never know what's
Yeah,
still waiting
that's
for
true.
you. Yeah,
I agree. I
there's your
agree, and I
unsolicited
appreciate all your
advice.
help. I would have done any of this if we hadn't nailed it down 100% the other day
Well, one
and
way or another,
decided a
whether it
day and
was
time.
Zencaster or whatever, if I had like I literally have like OBS and a few other things running in the background here, like in case Zencaster dies, I've got
In
you
case,
covered, man.
yeah, like at the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, but speaking of lists, like you can have that as part of like you can have your playbook of podcasting. Like what do you got to open up? You'll jump on Zencast, you'll have this thing kind of running. Like you'll run through your
Oh,
step 1
okay.
step like and eventually it'll be second nature. But I used to have them programmed to my Steam Deck, which I have like right here. It's kind of short cable, but I
Oh,
used
you
to have them
actually have a
programmed here
Steam.
when Bobby and I
Okay.
used to do, if we ran Nintendo, I would have the programs I would need to open just in a row. So I would just go like boop, 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 and push all the buttons
Oh, and
one
then
at
it
a
would pull
time.
it
It would,
up.
yep, because back then we used Skype. So Skype would open, then it'd be like my Skype recorder,
Yeah.
and then I have Audacity for my locals. Like it would have just all the things kind of right
Oh my
there. So
gosh.
you'll get into that kind of flow and it takes some
Okay.
time, but like that's something you can look forward to. I would say like there's a lot less friction, and then you can just be you. Then you can just talk about the stuff and let the list kind of stuff kind of come through. You don't have to worry about
Yeah, see, that's
any of the
something
other
that I
stuff.
was worried about. I'm sorry.
Mm,
Is like I was worried about that you have to like have a personification. Like you have to be something when you do this. Like I didn't think you could just come on there and just be yourself. Like it just always seemed to me that people had to like play a character or
mm,
like dress a certain way or do whatever, wear the same shirt each episode and things like that. Like I think I felt I just put too much thought into it
for
without
sure.
actually
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah. No,
So
dude,
I'm
you are,
glad
like I
that
said, you are
we did it
natural in
this way.
every single way. Like what you have to say, like the way you sound, the way like you are very unique and like people want to hear from you. So like stop making us wait, damn it.
Thank
Like,
I
get
know, I know.
more out there,
This
man.
is ground zero.
You are a
Yes.
joy. You are a true joy, man. And like honestly, you're
Thank
gonna
you.
bring a total light with all this stuff. It's just I'm smiling like an idiot the whole time just talking to you. Just like when
I
I
appreciate
when
it.
got out
It's
of
I
breath.
know it's so
No, go ahead,
yeah,
go ahead, go
it's
ahead.
you're definitely one of the just like with you and Donnie, like you're just one of the people that you could talk to forever.
Yeah,
Like
man.
it doesn't have to be about anything. It's like
Hmm.
people can just talk.
You're a
And
natural
that's
for it
something
though.
I've always
But you
enjoyed.
know things about it. Like I can whatever, but like I don't know near like you have deep knowledge. And that's Donnie is another person like that. Ryan Turford is another person like that. Seth
Oh, I would love
Sturgill
to do Ryan.
as well.
Yes.
Like some of these guys, there's so many others. I won't try to name all of them, but like, that's the thing. I can BS about like a little bit for forever, but like you can get into some really deep stuff with some of these other guys, so that's
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, there's
that's pretty
been
fun.
plenty of times where I've written down things where Ryan and them were talking on the RPG cave. That I
Yes.
wrote things down. I'm like, oh my god, I would love to talk to Ryan about this or that,
Mm-hmm.
and like some of the things he has. Even Nagachaka, like the Resident Evil. That is the whole reason why I like video games. Was Resident Evil 2,
There you go.
and
There
it's
you
like the
go, man.
same for him. And it's just that was groundbreaking for me at the time. Like
Well,
it's
now you have no
just
excuse. You got episode 0.
I know
You
this
got
is
the thing underway. You
0
know who you
6.
want to talk to. Now all you got to do is like set the time, schedule the thing, and do it. And I won't have it any other way, my friend. I won't
I
have
know.
it.
I appreciate it.
I'll
This is
be
it.
bugging you. When is this going up? When do you have your anchor? Do you
I,
have your, like, can
I'm
I be your first Canadian Apple review? Like, let's do this thing, man.
yes. I got to figure all that out now.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even know what to do with this when I'm done. So hopefully I'll
Go
figure
to
that part
Anchor,
out.
anchor.fm, sign up there. And it's honestly, you haven't picked there's never been a better time to start a podcast. It's so easy now.
Oh,
It used to
gotcha.
be really, really difficult, but Anchor will actually, you don't have to go to anything else. Just go to Anchor. It'll walk you through everything.
Anchor.
And
Okay.
it's by Spotify. It'll push it out to Spotify. It gives you nice and easy links to go get it onto Apple. And honestly, if you start there, that's 98% of the podcast like landscape.
Oh, okay.
You can also do
Oh,
Google. There's all these other things it'll present you with, but yeah, it'll anchor.fm.
yeah, I'm writing this
Start
down.
it up, get your login. You can name the show. Maybe you get some artwork, but like honestly, don't let that hold you up too much, like what the artwork is. You'll change it. I
Yeah,
guarantee
I
it.
have some artwork
Oh yeah, you have
that I had
your Twitter.
made. Yeah, that I think Adam made.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely very Adam
Yeah.
Leonard. Yes. Yeah. So there you go.
Yes.
So you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
You're all set. All right.
set.
So this will publish tomorrow then.
Oh yeah. And then I
Just
have
kidding.
the
I'm
one
just
last
bugging you.
thing. We have the final 5.
Nice.
That's how I'm gonna end the show. The final
love
5.
it. Okay.
And what it is I am going to name 5 random things.
Okay.
And this time it'll be video game related.
Okay.
But 5 random things that you will have to put in order from 1 to 5.
Oh,
And then after you put them in order from 1 to 5, I will tell you what the title or theme of that top 5 is.
what in the
Or the final
world?
5.
This
I'm
is
sorry.
awesome. Okay, I'm actually going to use paper for this. I'm gonna jot this down as you go.
Ooh.
We're going back to paper because I don't want to clickety clackety with the iPad. Plus, like, I mean, paper. Oh my gosh. The last time I took paper notes here about We the Gamercast was with Quagmire. That's cool.
Whoa.
Neat. Nice.
That's
awesome.
fun.
All right. I'm ready.
All right. So I'm just going to name 5 games. You put them in any order you want, 1 to 5.
Okay.
Okay. Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Okay. Breath of the Wild. Yeah. Am I putting in like a blind ranking? Or sorry,
a blind ranking, yes.
So I have to put that. I have to rank that without knowing what the other ones are.
Without knowing what the other ones are, yes.
I hate this. Oh my! So can I ask if they're all Zelda games, or you won't even tell me?
No. They're just random. Yeah, they're not all Zelda now.
5.
But that makes it the fun. Yes.
5.
Okay,
That's
so
5
okay.
of the bottom. That's
Right.
a 5. Yeah. Okay.
And next, I got Outer Wilds.
Oh, I regret it already. Okay, 4.
All right, let me break that down. All right, now I have Celeste.
Oh, this is high. This is high. I'm going 1. I don't know what else is coming, but I'll go 1. Celeste is great.
Oh man, now you're gonna want to hear this one now. The Last of Us 2.
Oh, 5, 6. How do I make The Last of Us Part 2? I mean, it's gonna have to be 3. That'll be 3.
All right, and the last one is Fortnite.
Oh, for God's
Just
sake!
happened to put it.
Oh, that's number 2.
That one hurts.
I don't like this list at all. I did my best. Tried to leave a room.
I like it. You got 1 is Celeste, 2
Yep.
is Fortnite, 3 is The Last of Us 2, 4 is Outer Wilds, and 5 is Zelda Breath of the Wild. And then we have These are the top 5 games that are not as good as The Last of Us 1.
Hell yeah! Yes! Great category. Dude, I was like, can you
Yes.
play all these games on... Dude, you can't even... This... I'm like,
I
you
know,
can't
it
play on
makes you
any one
think so
thing.
much further about other things than what it's actually going to be. And then,
Yes.
like, yes, you do start questioning your top 5. Like, you're like, wait, I put that at 4. I don't know what's
See,
coming next.
this is what
It
I'm
gives you
saying,
some
though,
kind of
dude.
anxiety.
I love it. I love that. I love that approach. Now, this is why I said before, this idea is best with you, because I never would have thought like that category on its own is, I mean, it's playful and it's a shot at whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a
but it,
subtle jab at The Last of Us 2. Yeah.
but it's very experimental. It's very just not
Yes.
typical. It's very atypical. It's not, I don't know, like you can do so great with this, man. I can't believe you're just getting started with this. It's so good.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun ride. Hopefully,
Yeah.
if I keep up with it,
Hell yeah.
it should be good.
Well,
It
I
should be
hope you
good.
don't have any like weird rule like you can't have guests back on multiple times, because I'd love
Oh
to
no, I'm
jump back
sure I
in.
will have you on multiple times because I
Yes.
don't know about inviting other people yet.
No, I'm down, man. This
We'll
is
have to
super
see
fun.
about that.
Oh yes. I just got to
But
like geek out for an hour.
that was fun. It was a lot more enjoyable than I had thought it was going to be all day long. Because
Yes.
it's like
I know the feeling,
my
dude.
wife knows I'm the most last minute person ever. Like, and then I didn't do anything. I knew if I did planning that
Mm-hmm.
this would not go well. I'd be too busy looking at my list the whole time,
Totally.
trying to figure out how this is supposed to go, what's supposed to go down, what time, and
Yep.
then it just all was fluid. And
Just get
I
out of your
can't
own way, man.
appreciate you
Just
enough.
let it do it. Let it happen.
I enjoyed it, and I thank you for coming. Do you? I guess this is the point where do you have any plugs? Is
Mm.
that what people say at this point?
I suppose so. Yeah, yeah. You can find as Matt Sawinski would say, you can find me on X at Sean Capri, Sean like Hunter, Capri like the pants. But dude, whatever I can do to help, whatever I can do to make sure that this continues on. This is such a brilliant idea. Like I said, I'm mad I didn't come up with it, but I'm glad you're running with it. Finally, do the dang thing. And yeah, dude, just keep going with it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, and it's just something that I'm finally glad that we actually got to nail down and do. Like
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you
Well, it
so
sounds good. I'll
much.
see you next Monday, 7 o'clock,
Oh
episode
yeah, there you
2.
go. We'll do it
Yeah,
every Monday until we
exactly.
get this going. Yeah,
Yeah.
just set a date.
Yep. That's it.
And I have no clue how to end this.
I
I don't
think
even know what my
you can
mouse
just
went.
hit the button. That's what I usually say.
The stop. Okay.